Oh, and welcome to a new video. My name is Herwig Juster, and today we discuss the sustainability in the plastics industry, starting with some definition and overviews. Okay, let us get started. So first, what is environmental sustainability? So often we just use sustainability. However, what we mean is, and what is behind it is environmental sustainability. So taking care of our environment, and environmental sustainability you can imagine as a tripod based on environmental requirements, economic growth and social progress. And when we look now in environmental requirements, you can summarize as that the present acts must not compromise the needs of future generations. So this is the basis axiom of these environmental requirements. Economic growth. So this means that sustainable products must be efficient, they must be competitive, they must be also cost effective and also beneficial for everybody. And the social progress refers more to fair labor standards, equal treatment of, for example, minorities, and so on. Okay, and when we break it now down to an industrial company, what does sustainability mean for an industrial company, for a plastics company? We will have more detailed look. We have direct activities, what we can influence as a company. These are, for example, manufacturing operations, and there are indirect activities, which include sourcing upstream and downstream in the supply chain. This also covers energy, production, freight, transportation, purchasing, and this indirect activities can be very significant because they have a certain footprint they generate and can be greater than, for example, the direct footprint in manufacturing operations. And altogether, sustainability is a relative concept. So there are solutions which can be more or less sustainable than others. And when you take, for example, renewable polyethylene, PE, manufactured from ethanol, which is produced from sugarcane. So for example, to grow the sugarcane, you need to use fertilizers, you need to have agricultural machines, you need land, and also the disposal at the end of the life and so on. And all this happens, of course, needs to consume energy. It also needs materials to make agricultural machines and other resources which emit pollution again. And also sugarcane for the ethanol production can also compete with food crops. So it's also a quite critical topic. Okay, now we go to the next point, circular economy. So what we all know, we are living mostly in the so-called linear economy, where we produce a certain product using materials, then we have a use phase, and then we dispose it over landfills or recycling, such as thermal recycling. However, by changing into a circular economy, we start to produce the products out of recovered material, where we can, for example, in plastics, we can break down to the monomers and polymerize them again and make then the product out of this. Then comes the use phase and then the recycling phase. So this is this inner circle going around, and So we have altogether we have we start with a low resource depletion. We focus on sustainable manufacturing. Then we have a long-lasting and sustainable use phase, and then also this recycling phase. So it's really sending back to the carbon cycle all the materials. And altogether, the circular economy is an essential step for better sustainability. So it's one of the puzzle bricks to make the whole plastics industry more sustainable. Then let's have a detailed look at the sustainability in the plastics industry. So we have some environmental requirements which we need to fulfill, and this, for example, renewable resources, they should be used efficiently, and consumption should be also at long term should not exceed the natural regeneration, so it has to be in balance. When we use non-renewable resources, they should be also used efficiently, and together with the release of hazardous and polluting substances, for example, this towards the environment, it should also not exceed its assimilative capacity. So every time we have a pollution or a pollution concentration, it must be below the known critical level to preserve also our health, the human health, and also the environment. Then also hazardous substances, we have to aim for zero release into the environment to not harm us again, the health. And yeah, we also need to avoid irreversible adverse effects of human activities onto the ecosystems. And the sustainability concept at the moment is still a relative concept of progress towards the best possible sustainability, because every product still has an impact on the environment, so there is not yet a perfect solution. It's a concept, and step by step it develops towards the best possible sustainability. And here, what are now the areas of sustainability in the plastics industry? So when you look into sustainable design, here it's still for the designers to have a eco design still create some headache. It needs much more innovative thinking to make decisions between new sustainable system and the traditional solutions, and also to find the best balance between performance, durability, then the resource preservation, energy saving, pollution, also carbon footprint reduction, recycling, and cost optimization, and so forth. So we will discuss this in detail in a later video to have a look how sustainable design and also polymer material selection can be here improved. Part of sustainable design are of course renewable polymers, and sustainable these renewable polymers, they use sustainable raw materials, and for those there are also a list of rules which apply to them. For example, that they don't compete with existing food or crops, what we discussed also in the beginning with polyethylene, that they use less net water, that they're energy efficient, that they emit less greenhouse gases, they are less polluting, so they're all requirements to fulfill. Then sustainable manufacturing or processes, so they have to also fulfill certain requirements. For for example, all the manufacturing step should aim for integration of different processes to save also energy. We also have to aim to preserve the chemical structure of polymers during the whole manufacturing, so to avoid oxidation of the polymer, check the residence time, avoid high temperatures, so that we have the best mechanical properties then in use. Then in manufacturing you have to favor renewable energy and take care of the water usage and also the pollution, and also all over reduce the carbon footprint. Then the sustainable use phase. For example, plastics are really an energy saver when you think in the insulation forms for heating and cooling devices, warehouses, and so on. Lightweighting, when I think in automotive and other transport areas like aircrafts, where lighter packaging saves fuel, and also packaging itself can lengthen or is lengthening the lifetime of fresh food, and so on. So this is meant as sustainable use phase, and here plastics are already on the forefront. And then we have also the waste management, which covers recycling, reusing, repairing. So depending if this product can be repaired, or can be also reused, resold, or just recycled, that you make a mechanical recycling, a thermal recycling, or other ways of recycling. And then also economic advantages. So sustainability can help to generate economic advantages. However, we have to take care to not overspend, for example, to use expensive additives which can lengthen the part lifetime and so on. So it's really again in the designer's hand, because the customer will always ask who is paying the extra cost, and at the moment it's really the end user wants to have a better sustainability, but at the same price as the traditional parts. So it's not a ticket to create now products which are over the top expensive. Okay, let's conclude this first overview and introduction part in the sustainability in plastics industry. So we discussed some definition that what is sustainability. It is a tripod based on environmental requirements, economic growth, and social progress. Then we had a look into the circular economy, that we turn from a linear to our circular way of dealing with the things, from production, usage, and recycling, so to keep the carbon in the cycle, and also the different areas of sustainability in the plastics industry we discussed, and we will also deepen that in the next videos. Okay, if you want to have more information on polymer engineering topics, I highly recommend my blog findoutaboutplastics.com, as well as my online courses on polymer material selection. Okay, I would like to thank you for watching. Do not forget to subscribe and smash that like button. Till next time, bye.